Hello and welcome to the Pup Mommy. This is the first in a series of videos that I'm doing for best breeds for first-time dog owners. And the difference here is that I am basing my lists on lifestyle. And in this video, I'm addressing the lifestyle of working from home. That, of course, can mean a number of different things to different people, whether you're at a computer all day and you're glued to it and you've got conference calls, or whether you have a schedule that you dictate and after you've finished your work, you're off enjoying activities and you want to take your dog along. So whether you work in an urban center or you work in suburbia, whether you work on the beach or you work on a lake or in the mountains or wherever you are, I've got you covered. I've got 10 breeds of dogs that I think would work for you. They're small, they're medium, and even large. And I'll not only tell you the breeds, but I'll tell you why I think they might be right for you. Now, some of the breeds you may have heard of, some you may not. But my criteria in deciding to include these breeds is based on their temperament, their trainability, their energy level, and of course, grooming. So let's get started. Now, the first two dogs are a little similar. They're smaller breeds. The one is the Havanese, and the second is the Brussels Griffon. So why did I choose these breeds? Well, let's delve into them a little further. First of all, let's look at the Havanese. Now, the Havanese is a double-coated breed, but it's non-shedding. And one of the things that it shares with the Brussels Griffon is that both of these are cheerful, affectionate little dogs. Now, the Havanese will weigh in between 7 and 13 pounds. It does have a long, silky coat, but most owners prefer the short clip, which is shown here in the photo. Now, the Havanese originated in Europe. However, they were brought over into Cuba. And then during the time of Castro, a lot of these dogs were actually, the breed was almost eliminated or obliterated. But a lot of people from Cuba came over with their dogs into the United States, and that's how the Havanese became more widely known. These are very intelligent, eager to please dogs. They respond well to training, and they're very manageable for first-time owners. Same as with the Brussels Griffon. The Brussels Griffon also originated in Europe, in the court of the Queen of Belgium, and then they passed through Europe and then came into the United States. And with the Brussels Griffon, they come in two coats. They come in a short, wiry coat, and then they also come in a smooth coat. Now, these dogs are naturally alert, and they will warn you of visitors, but again, they're not overly barky. They're also small in size. They're 8 to 12 pounds, so they're very well suited for apartments, smaller homes, or even if you have a home where you just simply want a small dog. This is also a great little dog. They have moderate exercise needs that are easy to meet with short-term walks and indoor play. So these are also, between the Brussels and the Havanese, these are cute little dogs. They're lap dogs, but at the same time, they're not really overly clingy dogs. Now, the next two dogs on my list are for people who like fur balls. And there are people who do, especially if, for example, Husky is a very popular dog. But if you don't necessarily want the high prey drive and the maintenance of a Husky, I have a couple of dogs that may be a little bit more up the list for you. The first one is the Keeshond, and the second one is the American Eskimo dog. And these certainly are little fluff balls, so let's look at them a little more closely. If you like the Spitz-style breeds, the Keeshond is very lively, it's affectionate, it's a sweet breed with a big personality. This breed is going to average about 40 pounds. They love their people, they get along well with other animals. Keeshonds are active dogs, but they're not hyper dogs. They enjoy a romp in the backyard, and then, boom, they're back on the sofa again. Now, they are double-coated dogs, so you're going to be brushing them a couple times a week. A lot of people find brushing their dogs is a wonderful way to bond with them and be therapeutic. And also keep in mind with any of the dogs that I'm mentioning that you're going to have a lot of puppy energy. So be prepared for that, unless, of course, you decide that you want to go into an adult dog. Now, the Keeshond is highly trainable. It's smart and it's intelligent. They make wonderful watchdogs without being overly barky. The same thing can actually be said of the American Eskimo dog. And actually looking at this dog is much easier to stay clean than you may think. American Eskimo dogs are also highly intelligent. They're quick to learn, which makes them easy to train and learn routines. They form very strong bonds with their owners without being overly clingy. They like regular activity, but they can also adapt to a more sedentary lifestyle when necessary. They are available in 3 sizes: toy, miniature, and standard. And then also these dogs too are naturally alert. They make good watchdogs. They're not guard dogs. They make good watchdogs. And they can be trained not to be overly barky. So these dogs are used to a peaceful home environment as well. I think the Keeshond and the American Eskimo dog, if you like these fur balls, they might be a good choice for you. I'd like to take a few moments and tell you about the Pup Mommy services that I offer for first-time dog owners, as well as even experienced dog owners who'd like to add a dog into their life again. Now, if you are already doing your research, you know that there's a wealth of information out there on the internet. A lot of it can be confusing, yes, contradictory, and certainly overwhelming, like the chaos that is on this sofa currently. Now, what I do is I take the overwhelm out of overwhelm. I'll do the heavy lifting for you. I've owned dogs for over 30 years. Large and small, multiple breeds, puppies to seniors. Dogs are my passion. We'll create a client profile, and based off of that profile, I will go out and find 5, 6 breeds that I think would be absolutely perfect that meet what you're looking for. When you make your decision as to what you want to pursue, I will go out and find that reputable, responsible, ethical breeder who will have the perfect pup that you are looking for. I'll help you liaise, communicate with the breeder, and then before you bring the pup home, I will even help you puppy-proof your home, get the supplies that you need, and not just the leash, the collar, the bowl, the crate, but also supplies that you didn't even think about that you needed until, of course, you need them and you don't have them. And then when you finally bring your little pup home, I'll help you find the groomer, the trainer, the vet, and if you need daycare or dog walker, I'm there for you as well. And I'll stay with you for the next 3 months after you bring your pup home, so that if you have any questions or you have anything that you want to run by me, I'm there to help you. So you can just lean back and you can just enjoy your puppy and get off to a wonderful start for the next 10, 15, 20 years. If you're interested in those services, I'll leave a link to my bio. I'm not leaving the links on my bio. I will leave a link to my website so you can find out a little bit more about me, as well as a link to my calendar so we can set up a 30-minute complimentary call to get to know one another better. So with that, thank you very much for listening, and now let's continue the video. Moving on, the next grouping of dogs are the Spaniels. And with the Spaniels, we have the Cavalier King Charles, we have the Boykin, and we have the Cocker. And why did I choose these 3 dogs for you? Well, let's start first of all with one of my favorites. I absolutely adore this dog. It's the Boykin Spaniel. It is the state dog of South Carolina. It's got a beautiful, water-resistant, wavy chocolate brown coat. The Boykin is very affectionate, very loyal, good-natured breed. It adapts to a number of different environments. It's a very versatile dog. It's a hunting dog, yes, but at the same time, it can romp around the backyard with you. It can go on jogs with you. It's a very active dog, but it's not a hyper dog. And it comes in at about the right size, too. It comes in at roughly about 40 pounds. They're smart. They're eager to learn. They make training easy for the first-time dog owner. Again, they're happy to be hunting with you, but at the same time, they could be equally happy relaxing with you indoors. As I said, they have a medium-length, wavy coat. Do a brushing a couple times a week, and you're good as gold. The next dog on the list is the Cocker Spaniel. With the Cocker Spaniel, I chose, some of you, if you're old enough like me, you remember the Lady and the Tramp. And the Cocker Spaniel was one of America's most beloved breeds for decades. And the Cocker Spaniel is a breed that, even though it does have a prey drive, it's not as deep a prey drive or as strong a prey drive as other dogs that you're going to find in the AKC sporting group. This breed is smaller than the Boykin Spaniel. It's going to weigh in at about 20 to 30 pounds. These dogs also are just eager to please. They're easy to train. They are sensitive, so of course, positive training. We like positive training. Grooming-wise, grooming, I will tell you, is not for the timid with a Cocker Spaniel. If anyone has ever seen the Westminster or you've seen AKC events, you see these gorgeous flowing Cockers, with the gorgeous flowing coats, I should say. Some people prefer a short clip, and it's easier to maintain, but if you really want that beautiful look to your flowing, silky Cocker Spaniel coat, that's going to take some grooming. It may take a little bit of daily grooming in the morning, or it may take a few times a week. So again, not for the timid, but the dog is so sweet, it's well worth it, I think. And then finally, we come to the last of the Spaniels, which of course is another one of America's favorite dogs. It's the Cavalier King Charles. In a way, what is not to love about this adorable dog? It does, people will always say, well, it's got health problems, That has a lot to do with the genetics and the breeding. And you can say the same thing about any dog, about any breed. With the Cavalier King Charles, it's the smallest of the 3 Spaniels. They're known for their sweet and gentle nature because they make perfect companions for human interaction. They like moderate activity. I have seen Cavaliers in agility, but at the same time, they just love to be up nestled close to you. They're not overly clingy, but they just are like little cuddle bugs. Their size is about 13 to 18 pounds, which allows them to live comfortably in apartments or any home. And even though they have a silky coat, a weekly brushing is all that's going to be needed to keep them looking absolutely wonderful. Now, the next dog is another breed that you may not necessarily have heard of, but I'll tell you, if you like a doodle, but you don't necessarily want a doodle, then the breed that I'm suggesting to you is called the Lagotto Romagnolo. It's a dog that initially came from Italy. It was known as the truffle dog. Now, this dog is also another highly intelligent dog. It's eager to learn, loves a lot of mental stimulation. This is the kind of dog that you're going to like playing those interactive puzzle games with. This dog is approximately about 30 pounds or so. They enjoy regular activity. They have strong bonds with their owners. They love companionship. Their curly coated dog is non-shedding. It's kind of a hypoallergenic coat, which is another factor, especially if you have allergies. This is a dog that is not an excessive barker. It can remain calm indoors. It's a dog that forms a bond with its owners, but it's not overly demanding. It's not necessarily independent in nature, but you can be working at your desk and your dog is very happy to just be laying next to you or laying on the sofa and entertaining itself with a dog toy. Sometimes that's exactly the kind of dog that you want. The last 2 dogs may be also surprising for some people because a lot of times I will not necessarily recommend large dogs for first-time owners, specifically because a lot of time first dog owners don't know what they don't know. However, again, everyone is different. A lot of people want to invest the time. A lot of people want a big dog, but you've got to have a big dog that you can handle. And these 2 dogs, I think, are going to fill the bill for you. Of course, who are they? One is the Bernese Mountain Dog, and the other is the Golden Retriever. Now, the Bernese Mountain Dog is the larger of the 2. Of course it's larger. It could be all the way up to 115 to 120 pounds. But what is special about the Bernese Mountain Dog is that it is a very sweet, affectionate, well-tempered dog. It is a dog that is incredibly loyal. It's good-natured. It's patient. It makes them really excellent pets whether you're a single individual or you have children at home. It's known for just being that overall wonderful, sometimes when you have children who shouldn't be rambunctious, but they are, This dog will be absolutely a wonderful addition to your family. It's easy to train, it's eager to please, but like with all large dogs, it's incredibly important that because they are large, that they are trained and that they are socialized. This dog, again, is, it's not a dog that needs a lot of energy. It's a dog that is also, because of the amount of fur on it, because it is a fur ball, you are going to have shedding, you are going to have to groom it, but the personality of the dog is just so well worth, I think, some of the extra effort. And the sweet temperament of the dog is just, I can't speak enough about how nice these dogs are. I actually, a friend of mine has a baby. They first had the Bernese mountain dog, then they had the baby, and everyone, and they live in a townhouse, believe it or not, in Chicago, and everybody gets along. So you don't necessarily need a tremendous amount of space for a Bernese, but as long as it has moderate exercise and it's going to be happy, and you're going to be happy, and I think you're going to be happy too. It's a stunning dog, a beautiful dog. The last one, of course, who can not love a golden retriever? I think that, when I was looking at these breeds, I was thinking, is it a Labrador or is it a golden? Should I include both? But I think the golden won out. As you can see, it did. And the reason for it is because also of that incredibly beautiful temperament. There is a reason why the Golden Retriever is a dog that is like the third most popular dog in America, because it's got that affectionate nature. It loves to be with its people. This dog is going to be, of course, lesser weight than the Bernese Mountain Dog. It's going to be more in the 65, 70, maybe 75 poundish area. Again, you've got to train it. It's eager to please. You're not going to have a training problem if you go to a good trainer. And also now keep in mind too, just like with the Bernese, the Golden Retriever is going to shed. But it comes down to, when you really love a dog, you can put up with a lot from the dog. Now, where they enjoy regular exercise, but they're also content to relax indoors. Golden Retrievers, like the Bernese, they thrive on social interaction, offering emotional support, companionship throughout the day. There's just something about Goldens that they just sense things in people, which is one of the reasons why so many of them are used as service dogs as well, because they're just overall versatile, wonderful, great dogs. If they're not lying on the sofa with you, then they're off, going on a boat with you, or going in the field hunting with you. They're just an overall great dog to own. So with that, I am going to close this particular video. I hope it wasn't overly long. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. I try to answer everybody. And I want to say thank you very much for watching. I do so appreciate it. I'll leave timestamps in the description section, along with all sorts of other links to my website, as well as a link to my newsletter, Barks and Bites, so that you can subscribe to that as well for additional puppy insights. So don't forget to click and subscribe, and I will say bye for now.